Joining me right now on set is former council member Larry Gossett, a legend and a GOAT, and Dr. Chemene Crawford from North Seattle College. Thank you guys so much for being with us.
It's our pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank
Yeah.
you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm going to get right into it because we knew that, look, there is a vote out right now to name one of our bridges after the John Lewis. So I'll start with you, Councilmember Gossett. I mean, what does this mean to you? You've done so much in terms of service and the political realm and the community. What does this mean to you?
The naming of this bridge in Northeast Seattle, near Seattle, North Seattle Community College, is very important to me. I knew John Lewis. I met him back in 1966 in New York City when I was a Vista volunteer. And we both participated in a big march against the Vietnam War. And I got to know him. We found out that we had the same birthday. He was born in 1940 on February 21st, and I in 1945 on the same date. So we've been very close ever since then. But he's a civil and human rights icon in our country. I think the listening audience knows that. And I'm very happy that the ideal of naming a new important transportation bridge in our community after him was the brainchild of the one and only city council member, Deborah Juarez. And I'm just excited to be one of its supporters.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have talked about John Lewis's legacy many times here, definitely paying homage to his life and legacy as he passed. And I know that this is important. I mean, when we talk about him being an icon, his moment on the bridge is important. So, Dr. Crawford, what does this mean to you in North Seattle College?
His legacy, John Lewis's legacy is, in my opinion, impeccable. I had an opportunity to meet him a few years ago. And even though there were issues surrounding the meeting and there were problems, he was so gracious and he chose to take the opportunity to educate us and talk to us and honor us as educators. And we were surprised. We're like, we're honoring you. And he's like, no, I'm honoring you. Because the thing that you do every day for all people, particularly people of color, is that you educate them and you give them something that no one can take away from them. And so I was just so impressed by that. And again, honored to meet him. So to recognize that the bridge between or over I-5 between the Northgate Station to North Seattle College is named after someone who valued education so much and who represented hope for so many people, it's just profound. And it's a win for the community. There's no question.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're right too there, Council Member Gossett. When we talk about, our elected officials taking up these kinds of issues, they don't move just with the voice of community. We need people on the inside that are willing to champion these kinds of issues. I know you've championed issues over the years. How has it been to work with Councilmember Juarez on this? I know it's still up for vote, right?
Yeah.
And so I want to make sure that people understand this is like a lot of work that's being done behind the scenes to get it to this place.
Well, it's been great working with Deborah. I've first started working with her over about 25 years ago when she was a candidate when she was appointed by our governor at that time to be a Superior Court judge in King County. And I followed her career since then in the community. She's very well known. She had been a judge in the Native American community, and she's been an outstanding leader on the city council around a variety of issues. But when she called me and said that we are going to push that this very important bridge that links our transportation system, Sound Transit, with the bus system, it's a bike trail out in North Seattle, and it's named after John Lewis, particularly during this time where his call right before he died for people to pay homage to getting in good trouble, trouble that you get in aimed at making our community a better place to live, like his work around voting rights in this country that is being trampled on and challenged right now. Nothing is more important than us garnering and generating community support of Councilmember Juarez's effort to get this this bridge built, and to honor John Lewis by naming it after him. It also inspires, like the previous program, Black youth in our community to see that there are structures in our city named after African Americans that contributed to make the community in the world a better place for all to live.
Yeah, I mean, you know, absolutely. And this message has to continue there at North Seattle College. And Dr. Crawford, how is it resounding with the college community there at North Seattle, the fact that it is in such close proximity to the college?
Well, you know, we haven't had a college-wide discussion about the naming of the bridge. Faculty are on break, and we're working on emerging from COVID, being better than we were when we went in to COVID. And so I would expect that the conversation is going to be very robust. There will always be people who don't agree, and there will be people who agree. But the reality is that this is an honor. And again, it represents hope, regardless of the direction you're going, whether you're coming toward our campus to work to improve your life, or you're heading to the light rail to go somewhere to feed your family and create a better life for yourself.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. And you're right. We need, you know, icons in the community. We need representation in the community. I want someone to say, oh, who was John Lewis?
Mm-hmm.
I want a child to say, oh, this bridge is named after Representative John Lewis. Who was that?
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the spark that ignites the conversation, and we need more places and spaces like this.
Well, before I let you guys go, I mean, you know, for us, we want to make sure our audience is engaged, is informed. What can they do to participate and make sure that their voices are heard? If they also are like, man, we got to get this done, what can folks do? How can they support this effort?
My understanding, and I hope that someone in the audience will correct it, is that the city council is going to be taking this measure up on the 9th, on next Monday, morning or afternoon. Just shout it out. Okay, Monday afternoon at the city council, the Seattle City Council meeting this coming Monday afternoon, the 9th of August.
Okay, right on. Well, you guys heard it from these guys right here. There is an effort that can utilize your voices on Monday, August 9th. You guys can go to seattle.gov and find out how you guys can maybe sign up for public comment and be a participant. Absolutely. To make sure that we get this bridge named after the legend, John Lewis. Thank you guys so much for joining us today on the Morning Update Show.
Thank you for having us.
Join us in getting in some good trouble next Monday.
Absolutely.
There we go. Get in some good trouble. Absolutely. Y'all heard it here.